Alright, hey guys, Marbles TCG back with a new video. So with this new video, I'm going to be talking about the new forbidden / limited list for Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. Yeah, and we've been waiting for a new ban list, or just any ban list for Master Duel. This is the first actual limited list / forbidden list since Master Duel has came out. And yeah, let's just go over it. So as you can see, spoiler, there are no bans, as it says here. So nothing banned, which is interesting to see. There's a lot of cards that people have been wanting to be targeted. You know, VFD, Rongo, Eva, or Eva, depending on how you pronounce it. But yeah, it looks like those cards aren't going to be targeted in this ban list. So for the players that enjoy those decks, looks like you're going to be able to enjoy it a bit more unless they hit some of the other core cards. And for the people that don't like seeing those cards, it looks like you're going to have to see them at least a little bit longer. So newly limited, we can see that we have Cyberangel Ben 10. So Cyberangel Ben 10 is a card that's used in ritual decks. The main deck that seems to be using this is like Drytron Herald. It's a consistency card. It's already limited in the TCG, so it is interesting to see it limited here. I do also use it in my Necros deck as a way to search out a few of my cards, but looks like you know, this is kind of a weird way to hit Drytron. You know, instead of hitting the Eva, which is like the more problematic card, just because it gives you a lot more value. I wonder if they hit Eva at all in this, but looks like Ben 10 being limited is at least gonna hurt Drytron a bit. I'm not sure how effective it's going to be in the long run, but definitely it's going to do something. So, okay, interesting hit here. Second here, we have Conquistador of the Golden Land. So, Conquistador of the Golden Land is part of the Eldritch. It's the Eldritch trap card. It's a more of a consistency card, as it lets you search out some of your Eldritch spells and traps. And yeah, again, a strange card to go after here, since a big problem with Eldritch is just that they're able to use a bunch of floodgates that restrict your opponent. And this is a strange card to choose. It is going to suck quite a bit to have this card limited, though, for Eldritch. So that's good to see. Hopefully it keeps them back a bit, just because they've been doing extremely well. But yeah, again, strange hits here. I'm not sure how rarity is going to impact like these ban lists. I'm not quite sure what Cyberangel Ben 10 and Conquistador of the Golden Land, what their rarities are. You guys can tell me that. Maybe they just choose to hit like the lower rarities. I also want to mention that if your cards, like if you already crafted, you know, one of these cards that have been limited or semi-limited, you can actually dismantle the cards and get a full refund for that. So that's pretty nice for Konami to do that. It makes it where you can build decks, or you know, you can craft cards that you might be worried that they'll be banned or like limited in the future ban list. But yeah, it's nice to see that you can potentially get a refund in the future. That is cool to see. So yeah, let's see, semi-limited. So it looks like we have a few, at least on the first line. So just want to mention that that's it for the limited, which is interesting to see. Looks like there's gonna be a lot of problematic cards that still exist. But yeah, for the semi-limited, DD Dynamite, people, of course, they've you know, I hate going against this deck. If they go first, there's a lot of bots that are just running this deck too. If they win the coin toss and they just do their play, and you really can't stop it unless you happen to hit one of their important like search cards, and somehow they get unlucky and just not able to get a DD Dynamite. So seeing it semi-limited will at least hurt the consistency of it. A lot of people have been like conflicted of whether or not, you know, DD Dynamite or the Banquet of Millions should be hit. It is kind of an interesting, you know, take. I'm not quite sure which one should be hit, just because individually they're not like too powerful, but probably the Banquet of Millions is a bit more problematic. The DD Dynamite just still allows for like some cheeky plays. But yeah, at least seeing a semi-limited will hopefully hinder those type of decks a bit more. Here we have Sekka's Light. So basically it's a card that benefits the players that don't play spells and traps. It just gives you a bunch of draw power. Semi-limiting it just for the sake of consistency. Players that aren't running like that many spells and traps, or don't rely on it as much, are just able to get a lot of value out of it. So yeah, I could see that being the reason why. Fusion Destiny, semi-limited. This might be a preemptive attack just because Phoenix Destroyer is going to be coming soon. And this might just be a preemptive hit for it, since it is semi-limited in the TCG as well. So that might be the reason why. Here we have the Phantom Knights of Torrent Scales. So the Phantom Knights of Torrent Scales is, it's a big part of the Phantom Knight archetype. And I guess this is inadvertently like hitting Rango. But again, Torrent Scales I don't think is quite the problematic card. I think Rango, just hitting the Rango would be a lot better. Just because that's the toxic card, and Torrent Scales is a lot more manageable. They chose to hit that. It looks like they might be avoiding like certain UR cards maybe. I'm not quite sure. If you guys know the rarities of these cards, that might help a bit to see what Konami is thinking. But yeah, strange choice here. Fractal. So Fractal is going to be... Let me just fix that. So Fractal... Let me just highlight it. So Tri-Brigade Fractal is going to be more of an option. So they're hitting this, semi-limiting it. It's going to hurt Tri-Brigade's consistency a little bit. Again, unless they hit like another Tri-Brigade card, I can still see it being a pretty consistent deck. Having 2 Fractals sucks, but it's not the end of the world. Definitely isn't the end. It's just going to hurt the consistency since that's a 1-card starter. 1-card combo. So now we can move down here, which I moved down by accident. So here we have Virtual World Roshi, Lao. So this is gonna hurt Virtual World's consistency a bit, and inadvertently also maybe hit VFD. Yeah, so if you're playing Virtual World, I'm not quite sure like how Lao plays into it. You guys can tell me if like how important of a hit semi-limited for this is. I'm guessing it's not going to be too impactful. So far this ban list doesn't look like it's going to be extremely impactful. But yeah, at the very least it's going to hurt the consistency a bit. Lyralist Cobalt Sparrow. So Lyralist, another really good deck, especially when it's paired with Tri-Brigade Fractal. So again, it's hitting the whole like Tri-Brigade Lyralist, make it a bit less problematic. Cobalt Sparrow, it's going to reduce the consistency by getting rid of it. So that's interesting to see. Prank Kid Roxy's. So interesting to just go for the Roxy's here. I'm guessing it's because it's a rock type and it's probably using Adamancipator. Again, interesting choice. Again, Block Dragon is more of the problematic card. Looks like they're avoiding hitting Block Dragon. As you can see with the Adamancipator Analyzer too. Again, these are some strange choices. It looks to me like they're trying to avoid hitting the more impactful cards. Just because of their rarity. I'm not quite sure what Konami's thinking, but very weird option. It's going to be weird for like Prank Kid users to be running 3 copies of each Prank Kid and then have like 2 Roxys. But yeah, interesting choice. A decent hit to Adamancipators, I guess. I'm not quite sure if Adamancipators plays Roxys, but I'm guessing that Roxys was targeted specifically because of its rock type. But yeah, you guys can let me know if that's not the reason why. I'm always open to hear, but again, weird options here. The bigger cards, in my opinion, well, I guess we'll get to that, but let's continue on here. So no longer limited, so that looks like it's going to be the end of the ban list, is Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. So Darkness Metal Dragon is also unlimited in the TCG. Again, just lets you special summon a dragon monster. Pretty good card, but yeah, doesn't really need to be limited, and that's kind of interesting to see here. I'm curious to see what decks are going to be able to utilize multiple copies. I'm not sure if a lot of decks want to run more than 1 copy, but if they want to, that's good for them. And here it's effective on May 9th. It's a pretty good, decent like time gap until it's actually implemented. And yeah, it looks like that's pretty much it for the ban list. Again, I don't think this ban list targets a lot of the main problem cards. I think Rango, Eva, VFD, Block Dragon are like the main cards, and like some Floodgates are the main like annoying cards in Master Duel that makes it unpleasant to play. These cards that are semi-limited are gonna hit, the consistency of those decks, but it's not going to kill those decks at all. I'm not quite sure how impactful this is going to be. I think it's going to hurt them a little bit, but I don't see it being extremely effective. Weird to see a ban list without any bans, but that's just the way I guess they want to run this. And it looks like we're probably not going to get like a forbidden list anytime soon after this. Probably not for like another 3 months or something. But yeah, what do you guys think of the ban list? Do you guys think that these are the right hits, or what would you hit in your ideal ban list? make sure to let me know in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.